All right, guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993, coming at you for another live review of Monday Night Raw. We're going to look back at the June 11th, 2018 edition of Monday Night Raw, which, of course, was the go-home show. Well, the go-home edition for Money in the Bank of Monday Night Raw, if I said that in the right, the right phrase and straight terminology, whatever you want to say. But yeah, so the go home show for Money in the Bank for Raw. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. I took a nap before Raw, but unfortunately, it did not help. But overall, now here's the thing. I won't deny and say I did go into this episode of Raw with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. The past several weeks, especially the past 3 weeks in general. Well, however many Raws we've had since Backlash, I've lost track at this point. Every time I think it can't get any much more worse, there's a spider web hanging from my ceiling right now. Hold on, let me kill that. We'll snatch it off. Sorry, this is bothering me. It's just hanging there. But you know, every time I kept thinking, oh, this can't get more worse than this. It got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse. So last week's episode, again, was, as Rob Kenobi, my good friend, would say, last episode of Raw was a complete dumpster fire. It was awful. Like, I was this close to giving that episode of Raw an F. I gave it a D-. I was this close to giving it an F. So I did kind of go into the show with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder and negative attitude. Like, I had my computer there ready to, distract myself with other things if this episode was going to suck. Honestly, after watching it and looking through everything again, this episode was decent. It wasn't that great. I'm not going to praise it that hard. I mean, I was close to giving the show a little bit of a higher grade at first than, I'm sure, a lot of people who I was talking to on Twitter gave. I was close to going in that range as well, but there's still some small little things about this episode of Raw that I did not like. There was some stuff, though, that I definitely did enjoy, especially one superstar in particular I will talk about throughout this video that I thought that, to me, really was hitting the nail on where I think this guy's character really should be. But I will talk about that, though, later on in the show. Live chat, we got here. We got Dakota. That Raw got me intrigued for Money in the Bank. It was really good compared to the last three. Definitely. I'm ready for Jeff Hardy versus Nakamura tomorrow night on SmackDown. Are you ready? Oh, I'm definitely ready. Because SmackDown is actually back in the stage where it actually gives us some fresh matches in our main event. Not AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn every single week like we were getting for how many times on SmackDown. No, we're actually getting some fresh main event matches. We're getting Jeff Hardy and Nakamura. Of course, I'm so wondering who the heck is. I guess Jeff Hardy is not gonna have a match at Money in the Bank. I guess, I don't know, because he was out for a little bit with his pinched nerve. Not sure, but yeah, let's get into the show and let's see how this goes. You see the 24-hour? Yes, I saw the 24-hour special. I cannot wait to see it. I always do enjoy the 24 specials on the WWE Network. I've watched them all. I may actually maybe do a little bit of a review series on all the 24 specials. But I really do like those 24 documentaries. The Daniel Bryan one always gets to me. Like, I always come this close to crying when I watch it. But of course, I haven't watched it since he returned, so I'm not sure if it will have the same effect on me and whatnot. Well, I may think about other things too, but I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, let's get in there. Let's do this. So let's get started with this episode of Raw. The show opens up, and the ring has all 8 participants from Raw, well, the 4 men and the 4 women in the Money in the Bank ladder match, staying on ladders. And when I saw this, I thought back to the promo that was cut between the 6 participants back in the 2016 Money in the Bank ladder match. And I remember the promo they had was good. But I thought it was just a little strange. I wasn't the biggest fan of, just them staying on ladders. Like, I don't know why. It just felt kind of unnecessary. I mean, yes, I know it's for the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I don't know. It just didn't quite feel too necessary, really. But anyways, so we had Kurt Angle on the ramp, remind us that this Sunday is Money in the Bank, and he just breaks down, the details of the ladder match. And then out of nowhere, though, out came Constable Corbin. As you remember last week, Baron Corbin was named the Constable of Monday Night Raw. He comes out dressed up, and he's bald. As they would say in Seinfeld, any Seinfeld fans, he's bald, he's bald! Baron Corbin's bald now. I don't know. I mean, I know he's had, the balding jokes. I mean, I know he had, a bad receding hairline, which, come from a guy who, well, I guess it's better now, but the way my hair looks, sometimes I have a bad receding hairline also. But, yeah, so Baron Corbin came out bald. Still not too sure what I think about this whole thing with him being Constable Corbin. I mean, I want to give it a chance. I want to find some way to have Baron Corbin get his momentum going. Because when he was on a roll last year, before his momentum got cut off by, you can't see me. Can you see me? You can't see me. Can you see me? Wait, peekaboo. Mr. Walk right around like you're a big fat bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Just had to throw the rock out there really quick. But it's I want to see if this works for Corbin. But again, with Mr. Oh, you didn't know? Now writing for Raw, not too sure about it. But again, I'm backing off a little bit. Don't want to have a chip on my shoulder. Talk about this. At least bring out the good things that came out of this. But anyways, Corbin comes out, and he reminds us of his current job, making sure Raw runs smoothly on Stephanie's behalf. Angle says he'd like the Money in the Bank contracts to come to Raw, and Corbin says if they don't, Stephanie will be very disappointed. And Alexa tells him not to worry, she'll fight through the pain and grab the contract. And emphasizes how last week she walked out of her match with an injury angle, which just just her again. It was random with her teaming up against two baby faces against the Riot Squad. And more times they have to have matches on Raw. We'll talk about that later. But of course she's had the injury angle. But then Sasha Banks on the mic and asks what exactly hurts Alexa? And Alexa, she was Alexa Bliss was the women Chris Jericho. Well, the girl version of Chris Jericho from that promo from 2 years ago. Whenever they're asking him which match have you won? The first one, that promo. Alexa Bliss was the role of the women's Chris Jericho, pretty much in this match. I mean, in this segment, she's my shoulder, and Sasha tries to catch her in the lie that she limped away last week, and Ember Moon says that makes her pitch of why. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Of why she's gonna win the match, and then Kurt calls out Natalia, of course referred to here on Cage Side Seat, says Ronda's friend, and asks if she's sure she's ready. I mean, she was cleared to compete tonight, but making sure she'd be ready for a ladder match. She says she's ready and wants to cash in for a match against her friend Ronda Rousey. I still find this whole, I don't hate it, but I still just find this whole thing with Ronda and Natalia being friends just completely random. I'll mention my winners though, who I like to see win each match. After I talk about the fatal four ways for each person. Sasha says she'll be the one catching on Ronda, and then Owens takes over. He talks about how the ladder matches are hard times, Daddy, and asks if they're going to raise the case for Braun Strowman since he's so much taller. Angle says the briefcase will remain the same height for everyone. Owens puts Corbin's haircut over and asks him to do something about it. Braun wants to cut the constable out of it and do something about Owens, which prompts Owens to start complaining about being threatened. And Strowman says it's not a threat, it's a promise. And all the men are start arguing blah, 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 I ain't gonna win. Until then, I could say this segment was okay. But when the whole that start happening, that's why I'm going oh, come on, why? This is starting to get annoying. And then Alexa screams to cut it out, pretty much, and telling them that they're sounding like the Real Housewives of WWE. And she already knows who's going to win the match. Her mixed match challenge tag team partner, Braun Strowman. Pretty much bring back that whole random little love story thing they were trying to tease in the mixed match challenge with Alexa and Strowman. which you're probably not going to do anything about it on Raw. I mean, if they did try to, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea, even though it's strange the fact that everybody knows that Alexa Bliss is either engaged or married to Buddy Murphy on 205 Live. But then Sasha puts over her partner, Finn Balor, saying he's going to win, and Finn reciprocates for her. And then, of course, that's when all 8 of them start going, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. Oh, shut up. It was, again, that part, I mean, I kind of did, like, you know, again, I was still in that mindset of this show's going to suck, this show's going to suck, this show's going to suck. And I kind of left this part, again, looking back at, the only part I said that really annoyed me about this segment was the constant just yelling at each other. Go, and then, of course, you know, well, Alexa was interrupting and pointing over Braun, and Sasha pointed over Finn. I'm like, okay, you remind us we have the mixed match challenge. Cool. It was all right for what it was. And then they start yelling until Braun Strowman starts yelling, and he's just sort of says, "This Sunday, someone's gonna get these hands." I'm like, okay. It was just like, okay, like, you know, it's his catchphrase pretty much. Like, we get it. You know, you're probably the biggest threat. I feel like, you know, this segment could have had a little bit more of a better payoff than it could have. It wasn't as bad, again, as I viewed it when I first saw this segment like 4 hours ago. But again, just the bickering part of the, I'm just like, this is, you sound like a bunch of kindergartners. Like, why? Didn't understand that part. But again, there's still some good parts. I don't want to completely put it down all the way. Let's see here. What do we have here in the live chat going on? Looks like we have Dakota and Hassan. What's up, guys? Hassan says still skipping. It was all right. He says Dakota's still looking. Hassan's still looking for a new ROH. Yeah, I mean, I'd say give SmackDown a chance tomorrow. SmackDown should be good. NXT, don't skip NXT, man. NXT's gonna be awesome. Definitely watch Takeover, Money in the Bank. Omega beat Okada to 700 someday title reign as IWGP champion, and Chris Jericho winning. I didn't get to see the show, but I saw that. Baldy, have you heard that game? No, I haven't. Sorry. I need to put my face in Alexa's ass. Of course, a lot of people would love to do that. Have you seen E3 Sony yet? I have not. Omega and Okada put on a 6-star match in 2 out of 3 falls. Nice. Jericho beat Naito. Constable Corbin versus Corporate Kane. No. Put it this way. So far, I would much rather see Constable Corbin than Corporate Kane. But I still think bald. Oh, why did he have to go bald? I don't know. It just didn't quite sit with me either. That's great. Balor didn't argue. He didn't say shit. No, he did not. He just looked at all 3 of them. Your reaction? Yeah, I know. Can't wait for Nintendo. Don't spoil me. Anyone else? Or else you sold out now, or I won't be too. The 2 Fatal 4 matches were the best, but the men's Fatal 4 was the best. Oh, definitely, yes. What good is NXT if your talent gets wasted when get called up? True, but they're still putting on good if they're still putting on good shows though on NXT, and I'm still appreciate it for what it is. But I understand what you mean there. Yeah, I know Alexis R definitely, but again, she's married. Yep. Thank you guys for stuff in the live chat so far. Moving on to we had the first Fatal 4-Way match. It was between the 4 members from Team Raw. Actually, I said I would leave my prediction for who I would win. I'll wait till tomorrow night when I do a SmackDown review. Wait till then. That way I could go through them all. So the first match was Alexa Bliss versus Ember Moon versus Natalya versus Sasha Banks. The match, well, at the beginning, it was kind of playing on from last week with Alexa Bliss faking out, the her injury, which first she's saying it's my shoulder, which is really she's faking out her leg, but she's allowed, and she said, I'm allowed to hurt anywhere I want to, guys. But this match wasn't too bad. I think the best spots though were definitely the moments between Ember Moon and Sasha Banks. I think what I liked about both the Fatal 4 matches also is that they did makes seem like that like most of them had a chance to win the match. Like it looked like I thought everybody came out looking good. Alexa was trying to pull off some heel tactics, like stepping out of the match, like pretending she's hurt, whatnot, but then waiting to strike at the right time, just come in and sneak up from behind. She did that played that part well. Again, like the stuff with Ember and Sasha was very physical. Like, I'd like to see them have a feud someday. Maybe for the title, whenever one of them gets the title back. Well, if Sasha's going to win the title and then she needs to drop it to someone immediately, put it on Ember or something like that. I don't know, because Sasha can't successfully defend the championship. Well, although for Sasha's sake, I do want to see her defend the title. I will successfully retain the championship though, because she deserves it. Like, why did they give her 4 title reigns when she just lost it in the next match anyways? It didn't make any sense. But yeah, those parts were great too. I think Ember did hit 1 eclipse in the match, but that's when people started, breaking up pinfalls and whatnot. But it wasn't like, people were kicking out. Well, only one person kicked out of a finisher tonight. Of course, that was Braun Strowman, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, it was definitely just a fun fatal 4-way, I thought, for what it was, pretty much. But then the match ends with Natalya, the rumored winner, I'm hearing, wins by getting Alexa Bliss to tap out to the sharpshooter. So Natalya wins the match. I'm like, okay, usually, well, of course, not all the time, but most of the time, from being WWE fans, we all know that usually the person who wins, like, at the go home episode, in like a big match like that, we know we usually they don't win. And there is a rumor about Natalya winning. And yes, I did also see the photo leaked online of, I guess they're selling like action figures of Natalya with the Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, which of course was a bad idea, but I still am not sold on Natalya winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. Here, how about this? I won't say I'm going to win, but I'll say people who I would be okay with winning, who I wouldn't be okay with winning. Natalya, I'm just still not quite digging the story with her and Ronda being like best friends. Because also, unless they want to turn Ronda heel, but I don't want to see Natty go back to being a heel again either, because I feel like she had run her course as a heel, and I feel like, right now, especially at this stage in her career, I think she's meant to be a babyface character, because just, what Natty really is. She's, she's a veteran. She's very well loved by, people backstage. I'm sure by the fans also. I just really don't think it's the right time for her to turn heel again. So I don't want her to win it. Alexa Bliss, I kind of agree. I feel like, she needs to stay out of the main event scene for women's division for a while. I mean, I'm not going to say I was opposed to her being champion at all, but I did feel like she did kind of run her course with the title for now. Again, if you want to put her in a non-women's title feud, again, she'd be a good position for that. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Ember Moon win it, but I don't think Ember Moon's going to win the match because what's it called? Because I think she still needs some more time to, allow the crowd to get to know her, people who don't watch NXT. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to her winning, but I don't think she's ready yet. So of course, this is not my definite pick I want to win, but I'd say either Ember or Sasha I want to see winning. But I don't see Sasha winning either, though, because I think there's something going to be happening with her and Bayley. And I'll talk about that when we get on later on in the show, because something did happen tonight with Bayley. I'm starting to think maybe we'll see what happens though. Live chat. The Miz and Natalya, no brainers. Who needs it the most? That would be Finn and Becky. That is winning Walmart. Yeah, I saw that, as I said before, about Walmart and Toys R Us selling the toys. But yeah, well, wait, Toys R Us is closed though now. Probably just Walmart, unless there's some Toys R Us exists in other places, but they closed around here. We miss Toys R Us, all right. But yeah, so anyways, now here's where I said at the beginning of this review, there was someone on this show that really stood out to me, because I felt like for the first time in a while, they actually wrote him quite well, and that's Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens is a guy that, I love Kevin Owens. Don't get me wrong. He's awesome. I hope he would definitely someday gets a more, a more well-booked run in the main event scene, because, again, sorry, but his Universal title reign was complete garbage. But there's most of the time when he cuts promos, it sounds like, it's a promo that's written. It's not like he's just winging it. And, if he's given the right material to write, the guy is entertaining. He's funny. But he comes across as great with talking trash and everything. And going back to, again, that video I made a couple weeks ago about Tommaso Ciampa being the best heel in the company right now, I feel like there was moments tonight where Kevin Owens kind of like, laid out that blueprint for himself also, such as this backstage segment. So he comes up to Finn Balor and offers him some olives, representing an olive branch. Finn takes the bowl from him and tells him to get to it. What do you want? And Owens mentions how chaotic the women's match was and that they need a plan for their match. Balor questions like what there is, and Owens tells him that it is a former Universal Champion. Both of them are former Universal Champions, and they both have not yet gotten their rematch they deserve. Well, here's the thing. Kevin Owens, when he dropped the Universal Championship, the Goldberg, for some reason, which, again, feels completely out of character for him. I know he wanted to, get his hands on Chris Jericho for costing him the match. He was probably going to get squashed by Goldberg anyways at Fastlane last year. But he opted not to really go for the Universal title. Finn Balor just never even got an opportunity. Like, they didn't even give it to him. But then again, other people came back and immediately got in their rematch, but Finn Balor wasn't. Why? Because Mr. Brock Lesnar is Universal Champion. Yeah, 435 days, by the way. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'll talk about that in another video. There's 2 topic videos I definitely want to make this week. I will try to get to it sometime, though, besides my other odds and ends I do. But anyways, they mentioned the fact that, both of them are Universal Champions. They've got the rematch. What happens if Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank cashes in? He'll be holding that title forever. And Balor asks him, get to the point. Owens tells him that him and Bobby Roode should work with him to take out Strowman where he can't compete because it's every man against monster. And, the thing is, as I said also, again, with Kevin Owens sounding like he's just winging a promo, doesn't sound effective. But when Kevin Owens is actually sounding like he's mentioning truth, that word there, truth. The Miz speaks truth in his promos. Tommaso Ciampa spoke truth in his promos. I'm trying to think of another great heel. Drew McIntyre, we're always talking about him, and Dolph Ziggler. They've been speaking truth in their pros. The thing is about a heel is, they have to have some element of truth in there and not sound like a delusional idiot like Jinder Mahal or, hate to say it, but Sami Zayn, we'll talk about later on. But Kevin Owens, again, sounded like he had a game plan that could have the baby face. Well, that could, be a struggle for the baby face. And we get to the main event, talk about it. It sounded like it was working at one point, and it had me believing it. The main event tonight, with how good Kevin Owens' game plan was, it had me believing that somebody was going to pin Braun Strowman. And I was into it. But we'll talk about when we get to that later on. Speaking of Drew McIntyre, we had a match. It was Breezango, Fast Police, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango taking on the team of Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Kind of a short squash match, but it did what it did. Again, as I keep saying, I'm really, getting behind this pairing of Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. The first time in a while, well, probably since he feuded with The Miz, that I've been able to take Dolph Ziggler quite seriously, as I do see him now as more established talent. And of course, Drew McIntyre also, again, I'm just, hoping that this run from this time works out. And so far, he's killing it. Like, I definitely think by the end of the year, he could definitely be in the main event scene. Of course, that is if you have the Universal Championship on a full-time wrestler and not on a guy who defends it only 10 times in 435 days. Sorry. We'll get to that in another video. But they win the match. Afterwards, they cut this really great promo. They address what happened at last week's Battle Royale. Dolph says that that was a fluke and everyone needs to get over it. McIntyre says Breezango was proof, exhibits A and B. Ziggler says some of us question their ability, their alliance, and that's a bad move. Unlike everybody else in the back, they're not just hype. And every tag team on Raw should have a good look because the show starts and ends right here, and this is your future. So, I mean, the Losers of World are supposed to have the match with the B team on Sunday. It'd probably be going to be like a pre-show match or something like that because, again, the Raw tag team division is just flat. Like, there's nothing to them right now. But hopefully, maybe, Ziggler McIntyre will win the tag titles at, like, SummerSlam maybe. Or we'll do Extreme Rules because I'm going to be there. Maybe then too. But, whatever that happens, everyone have a great run with it. I mean, I know that, Ziggler McIntyre and Blears of Worlds and whatnot, they're doing the best they can. But the problem is they just don't have anybody in that tag team division that's being taken seriously at all right now, unfortunately. Of course, AOP doesn't exist anymore because they don't even show them anymore. They weren't in the Battle Royal, they weren't in the B Team barbecue. It's like, why'd you bring them up in the first place? I mean, yeah, sure enough, if they didn't bring them up, we'd still be complaining that they're still down in NXT, overstaying themselves. But still, McIntyre assures that everyone's future lies in their hands because they're not just here to take over, but to save the tag team division by taking every other team out. So good. Definitely did because, everybody else, for the most part, sucks. Of course, they also won with that Claymore zigzag combos. Get still one of my favorite combo finishers ever. It's just sick as hell, and I love it. Headed then backstage, we have Roman Reigns. He's being interviewed about his match against Jinder Mahal tonight. The match that was supposed to be on Sunday at Money in the Bank, but apparently Jinder challenged him to a match tonight, which we'll talk about that. He says he's not surprised. Jinder's an idiot and he doesn't listen to anything he has to say, which, is true. I'll give Roman that. That is true. The only reason he's not in Money in the Bank is because of Mahal, and he'll never have the opportunity to cash out Brock Lesnar and that to take what's his. Yeah, we know everything that happens at Jinder tonight isn't free because he's earning this ass whooping. I mean, I'll give it to Roman. Again, I'm not into this promo at all with him and Jinder because, again, as I said on Twitter tonight, again, I mean, I won't deny and say, this promo definitely, got me tugging in like, okay, Roman's the guy I want to cheer for here. But again, I'm taking my stand with this feud with Roman and Jinder because, again, I know that this is just, again, I think I've said how many times I want to root for Roman Reigns. I says how many times. But, WWE, of course, goes on the strings where they start booking him as, this guy that represents Vince McMahon saying, screw you all, we're going to do things however we want to do them. And if, we control the guys, we'll definitely do that. And, I know this feud with, Roman and Jinder, again, is just to troll with us. And that's why I'm not getting behind it still. Okay, I'll give credit. Roman cut a decent promo tonight. It wasn't bad. But, I'm still not getting behind the feud. I'm not. I'm sorry. I really am not. Oh, yeah. And speaking of which, we had a promotion. Speaking of the Universal Champion himself, we had a little thing advertising about Brock Lesnar having his title reign of 435 days, congratulating him, breaking, and they didn't say CM Punk breaking his modern era title reign record. But then Corey Graves kind of teases that he's going to say the name, but he didn't. Of course, we all know that Corey Graves also has gotten some heat from some fans based off of some comments he made over the weekend on Twitter about Mr. Punk himself. That's another video I'm going to make separately. I'll say my thoughts on that for another video. But Corey Graves, can't look at you the same right now, buddy. Sorry, I really cannot. Let's go to the live chat really quick here before I continue on. Let's see here. I'll go to the toy aisle. Ours closed too. Owens is turning face at Money in the Bank. Not sure. Maybe, I don't know. 435 days and 10 defenses. Yes. I got to go, man. Good night, Mike and Dakota. And if Robbie and Lauren show up, tell them I said hi and I want more ice cream. Will do, definitely. See you later, Hassan. What's up, the wrestling reviewer 809? Hey, the part I liked was Natalia giving Bliss a wedgie. That's right. I forgot about that. Do you think that Jeff can beat Nakamura due to Styles distract Nakamura? Wouldn't surprise me if it happened. Brock defended at 12 counting house shows. Give him credit, Mike. No, I'm not giving him credit at all. When your champion defends the title 10 times, or she said 12 times over 435 days. Here, let me see that. Let me see something here. Let's see here. What? Okay, it's been 14 months. 14 months now since Lesnar won that title, I'd say. So let's see here. Let's see here. 435 divided by 14 equals 31.0 something, something, something. Lesnar, I feel, to be a credible champion, should have probably defended it about 30 some times or something like that, at least, to make him feel a credible champion. How does it sound knowing that you're champion again when the guy who held the record before 141 times? But before then, we have it at 10 over 435 days, 10 times being defended. 434 days, though, 141. Okay, sorry. I promise I will not rant about it in this video. I'll rant about it in a separate video as promised. But, you know, I had to go somewhere with it. I hope Roman beats Jinder, and Roman is being cheered, and Jinder got booed when he attacked Roman after he won. That is true, but still, Bobby is athletic, ain't he, Mike? He is. We'll talk about that, though, later. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Road Dogg is making the show more worse than before and ever. Yeah, he pretty much is. I mean, again, tonight's show, again, was better, but, you know, I still won't toot his horn that well at all. Yeah, Roman faced Sunil and Jinder tonight. We'll talk about that in a second. Tonight's episode was whack. I'm sorry. It was okay. Again, Lauren, I give it a D+. Bayley needs to lead WWE. I'll talk about Bayley when I get there shortly. Do you think Alexa and Braun will get together in a storyline? I really don't trust WWE to actually pull the trigger on it. If they do, I'll give it a shot, but I don't trust him to try to pull a trigger on it. You ready for Jeff Nakamura tomorrow? He needs to wear a cup in Money in the Bank. Yes, he does. I cried when they said Brock defeated Punk's record. I wanted to punch my iPad screen. Why, Vince? Why? Don't break your iPad, Lauren. Not the iPad. Brock, yeah, we talk about that. I'm gonna we will talk about that. I'll make a separate video on that. Here, train boo. Yep. There's a train tracks right down the street. I never noticed them. Not at all. Best match was the main event, definitely. She thinks Becky and Finn win Money in the Bank. Hi, Mike. Hi, stream. Sorry I'm late. How are you guys doing? Not too bad. I hate Roman, but I hope he takes the title at SummerSlam. In all honesty, at this point, yeah, but we're having to be somebody else. We'll talk about that last week's segment, and she thought the Ronda and Nia segment was cringeworthy. It was okay. I'll talk about that also a little bit too. Technically, Lesnar did break Punk's record. They are two different titles. That is true. Yes, I was away this weekend. Got back late last night. So fine. Hope you had a great time. Like the Ronda and Nia segment that most people, again, it was Brock has defeated Punk's record. Unfortunately, why ain't Jeff the fan Money in the Bank? Not sure. I guess it was his pinched nerve. He gets in time to build a feud for it, whatnot. Yeah, I heard rumors about Ronda leaving WWE soon. She's unhappy with them, apparently. Yeah, I heard also she only signed a 1-year deal because apparently she wants to have kids. So I don't know if they're only giving her this title match now because they're trying to give her like all she can if she doesn't stick around, but we'll see what happens. But I give her credit. I thought the part of the promo she cut was good though. Ronda's part. But anyways, let's get on with this. We have Jinder Mahal cutting a promo. And of course, you know, as I posted on Twitter, anytime Jinder Mahal cuts a promo anymore, I just want to go la 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 la. Actually, you know what? I could have gone back and instead of going la 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 la, I could have done, you know, play over the part again. I didn't like in that opening segment with Eric going the only part again that just ticked me off in that opening promo with those sounded liars. But anyways, okay. Keep going here again. I'm not going to completely trash episode. This episode wasn't complete garbage, in my opinion. Anyways, so Jinder. He says he challenged Roman tonight to prove that he's not nearly as unstoppable as he thinks he is. Shut up. You are very stoppable. Sure, he's a multiple-time champion. He's main event WrestleMania, not to mention 4 times. But the winds are changing. He can feel it in his bones, if he can see what we cannot see. At Money in the Bank, he sees Roman suffering, out of breath, unable to keep up, defeat in his eyes, blah, 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 blah. Colossus after Colossus, he sees his arm raised, Reigns lying defeated and exposed. And as for tonight, and then Roman enters, of course, all thing is blah, 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 blah. Jinder, you are all talk. You are stupid. You have nothing to defend yourself at all. You had the worst title reign in WWE history, and the best promo you can cut is promos of us just laughing, you saying, is this the best you got? Is this the best you got? And as our good friend Shinsuke Nakamura would always say, "Those stakes and stands may break my bones, but words never hurt me." Because that's, again, as I keep saying, the type of promos that Jinder Mahal cuts. And they're just laughable, just like, that's the best you got. You have nothing to defend yourself. You're weak, man. Weak. Anyways, out comes Roman. And Jinder continues saying he heard Roman's promo earlier about Costa's opportunity, and his failures are starting to cloud his judgment, which is ridiculous. He's not going to face him tonight. And then, I'm not even joking, guys. When Jinder was saying this next part, I was hyperventilating. I'm like, no, you wouldn't do this. You're not doing this. WWE, no. I was literally hyperventilating when he said this next part. He mentions that he's not going to face him tonight. He didn't say he was wrestling. His opponent tonight is another great Indian, which I did not see the tweet, but sounds complete bullcrap for Jinder trying to work around him saying he challenged Roman to a match, which he most likely probably did, but now he has no way to back himself up for anything. He said it just looks stupid, as Jinder always does. But he says his opponent's name is another great Indian who stands fearless, shoulders above all competition, none other than the great. And I'm like, no. Like, I was freaking out. I'm like, please, no, not again. I'm thinking back to Battleground. Battleground, I had no reaction when the Great Khali came out, but probably because, it wasn't built up. I didn't expect him to come out. Well, not saying I didn't completely expect him to come out, but, he came out to Jinder's music, but still, he was teasing. I'm just like, you would not. No, you would not. No. This is not going to set up for, okay, Roman versus Jinder Extreme Rules. The show I'm going to is really happening again. We don't want to see that. Roman and Great Khali, on the other hand, would have been awful. But I literally thought the Great Khali was going to come out. I was literally this convinced he was going to come out. The Great! And he goes, Sunil Singh. Which I'm like, okay, another typical match with Roman, with one of Jinder's cronies just getting fed to them just as bait. Say that always happens. Roman faces Sunil. He spears him, squashes him. He wins afterwards. Jinder comes in and just cheap shots him, hits a Colossus, which Roman took like a nasty fall on that Colossus. He kind of hit the back of his neck off the ground. So it did look a little bit nasty, but I'm like, whatever. The match is happening Sunday, and I still do not care. As I'm saying, I'm not going to support this match. Yes, if I had a choice, I'd rather pick Roman over Jinder because at least Roman could win, but I know what this feud stands for. Does WWE continue to be desperate to want to shove Roman down our throats without at least just trying to write a compelling story about him that doesn't make it sound like that you're just trolling us with him? But what do we know? What do we know? Live chat. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where were we at? Ronda is in the UFC Hall of Fame. I saw that. I think Jeff will have an open challenge, Money in the Bank. That's the rumor. Okay, cool. Steph's contract is up in 2019. Miz in 2022. Show in 2021. Wow. And a whole bunch of others. I'll send you a link. I can't believe Big Show's isn't up until 2021. That's unreal. Yes, I'm sure we're all sick of Roman versus Jinder. Yeah, where is Jason Jordan? I don't know why he hasn't come back yet. Hope Roman wins the title at SummerSlam so Lesnar can go and get out of WWE. Would rather have it be Rollins though. Why does they think Ronda is unhappy with WWE? I saw she only signed a 1-year deal. Why? Again, apparently she wants kids, so I guess she's not looking for this to be long term. If Ronda leaves WWE, that would be the most pointless signs WWE has ever signed, pretty much for the most part. Jason Jordan will return. I just don't know when. What's the main event of Money in the Bank? I have no idea. I'm hoping it's a men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't want it to be Roman Jinder. But I did read something the other day saying that they are considering maybe Ronda and Nia, which, no. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match, I think, should be the main event of the show. Yeah, Jinder versus Roman. The main event Money in the Bank is rumored to be the last man. Oh yeah, or the last man standing match. I'll take that for the main event also. Yeah. Lauren says, hey, we're doing a special stream on top 10 Thursday. I won't be there. I'll be at a 12-hour shift, so I won't be back till 11. Sadly, 12-hour shifts. Those really suck, Lauren. I'm sorry. I don't like the Elias and Seth Rollins feud either. It's so weird. Cole loves Elias, so well. I think that feud's all right. I heard after Money in the Bank, the Nakamura and Styles feud will continue. What else can they possibly do, though? That's the thing. Orton went on a Disney cruise last week. His family just returned a few days ago. I don't think he's out with an injury. I think he just needed family time. Yeah, I mean, he definitely deserves it, definitely. I mean, again, with him probably being like, on the last few years of his career, I'd say, him taking some time off here and there wouldn't hurt him, definitely. It won't. I heard Miz is going to win and cash on Styles that night. It wouldn't be too bad idea. I was about to piss my pants if the Great Khali came out. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that's what Dakota said. Also, James Ellsworth's rumored to return at Money in the Bank. Sorry, I hadn't kept my word on posting videos. Been busy, guys. That's all right, Lauren. Lauren, I saw where it's rumored that Jeff is going to hold U.S. title till at least December. What is your next rant video going to be about? Well, I have 2 videos I want to do this week. Either I want to do one on Corey Graves' tweets to Punk over the weekend, and my response to that, and also I'm going to do a rant about Brock breaking Punk's record. I told Mike, I actually wouldn't mind again seeing I wouldn't mind seeing Ellsworth return at all. I did think, the stuff him and Carmella did together as Miss Money in the Bank was interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing them try doing that with the women's title, especially since Road Dogg is no longer writing the show, as far as we know. Who knows? Why are they making Jeff hold that title for so long? It's not fair. Orton deserves to hold that till SummerSlam. What's working with WWE sometimes? No clue. Why did Corbin cut his hair? I think he looks better. A little strange, but I'll get used to it. Jennifer Harris. No, sorry, I'm not taking my top off. I have a sense of humor. That's why. Yeah, no, thank you. Sorry. No, Jeff deserves it. Did you see Styles say for Jeff and Matt to be on the top 25 years is not insane? Not many other few stars can say they did that. Again, I look forward to definitely seeing that special. I heard lots of talents aren't happy with WWE. Other things, I'll send you the link. That's well, yeah, I wouldn't blame you that. That's not, yeah, it's not funny, Jen. Sorry. I used to work 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. Yikes, that's really would suck. I heard a lot of WWE talents are happy with WWE at this point. They're on their way out soon. Yeah, again, I don't blame them at all if that's the case. He got a lot of years left. Orton does. I'd say maybe like 4 more years. At the lowest, 4 more years maybe. I'm not sure. Do you see Orton or Jordan or Ambrose will return at Money in the Bank? Maybe not Orton yet. I'd say more likely Jordan. Maybe Ambrose. I think Jordan would be the most likely. Orton has about 6 years left. He said he's out 16. Not too bad. Retire in 2025 when he's 45? Sure. That would be a good time to retire. When is Cena's return? I have not heard anything about other than the rumor about how Cena wants to face Velveteen Dream, maybe at TakeOver Brooklyn. I mean, maybe he'll return for that. But I really have not heard that much buzz about Cena at all. Yeah, Natty won the four-way. I was kind of glad about her winning next. I don't want to see her win Money in the Bank. Same with Owens. I don't see it winning either. Yep. Cena was rumored to face Jeff at Money in the Bank, but there isn't a build, so he came as he can answer a little bit challenge. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to watch the. I will watch the Hardy's bio on W24. I love those shows. I mean, again, I may someday do like a review series on like the 24 specials because I do definitely deserve. I deserve to watch them. Like own the network, but I do enjoy those. Um, yeah, again, we already know anything about Natty had the picture of her action figure being leaked the briefcase. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, so let's continue on here, but thank you for stuff in the live chat as always. So then we had a match between Beauty and the Man Beast and the B Team. Just a squash match. Well, not quite squash, but that's just a way to give the B Team another win. The hype up, hey, we're on a winning streak. They're probably going to lose on Sunday on the pre-show. I don't see them dropping I don't see the Delirious of Worlds dropping the tag titles. Of course, Slayer was wearing a shirt that said "Rhino made me wear this." Of course, there's no explanation. There was no here. They continue to tease some miscommunications between Slayer and Rhino, but even them breaking up wouldn't mean anything at all. But didn't follow up on them, like whatever. But B Team win. Afterwards, the Leaders of Worlds appear on a Titantron, where they should be, because I thought them cutting a promo in the ring last week was way out of place for them. And then Matt says that this jovial Jabori, wherever the heck it was, that these mendacious monkeys are partaking in is wonderful. And Bray gets serious and says that they're here. And then they appear on the stage. Matt congratulates the obsolete mules on trying to prove themselves worthy suitors, but they're omniscient. Bray tells them they're surrounded by the woken fireflies and they're always watching. That's how he knows that their insides are burning like the river Styx. And that's fear he put in there to remind them that they bought the ticket and now they have to take the ride. Hardy says the game is afoot and calls them obnoxious ants that will be eaten and eaten and deleted. Pretty much. Just not a bad promo at all by them, but why couldn't they do more with the Wyatt with the Leaders of Worlds, stuff like this? They just been sit on the sidelines, tag titles, winning matches again. Yeah, I'm glad they're winning matches to keep their credibility going. But can you put a little more creativity? They obviously have like an interesting looking gimmick with their pairings and whatnot. I mean, again, why not try again? Their run so far, I'll give it, has been bland, but it's not their fault. Tag division just sucks, and now they're just facing a team that's just on a winning streak right now. That all of a sudden starts winning just because they changed their name to the B Team. There's not a B on my shirt; it's just ACDC. The B Team, yeah. So probably be a pre-show match. The Leaders of Worlds are probably going to retain the titles again. They could definitely do more with the Leaders of Worlds, but not giving them much to work with, really, unfortunately. But yeah, then we have a recap of what's going on with Rollins and Elias. We see Elias backstage saying tonight the performers will be a struggle for him. He's not used to performing in front of Arkansas hillbillies. After commercial, he's on stage. He plays a few bars for telling everybody to remember this moment right now because we're seeing a once-in-a-lifetime performer, and also in his final moments without the Intercontinental Championship. At Money in the Bank, Rollins will find out that W stands for, as always, Walk with Elias. He launched into his usual song about being quiet before beginning, and he actually got through a whole song. He didn't get interrupted. He sings a whole song about Rollins having the worst nicknames and being a disgrace to Raw. A little bit of running down Little Rock mixed in for good measure. And he takes his guitar off and says he's got something to show everyone, and it's yet another guitar. Really cool design, I gotta say, and with his name on it and Intercontinental Championship painted on it as well. He was given to him by his friend John Mayer. He said, it's a custom-made Fender acoustic electric, and it's a thing of beauty, which I definitely agree with that. Great design. He's not going to bless us with another performance tonight, but he pledges to hold the guitar when he got the title around his waist next week. And then we get Burn It Down! Seth Rollins comes out, hits the ring, and he starts trying to fight the Drifter, but he manages to get away and heads up the ramp. But he leaves his guitar in the ramp, unfortunately. That nice designed guitar he got by John Mayer. And Seth asks him when he's going to stop being such a coward, and says he's not that hard to find. In fact, he's in the same spot every Monday night, right in the middle of the ring with the title on his shoulder, begging for a fight. All he had to do was ask. The worst part was he Rollins, he really wants to be like him. He could be a hit maker. He could do it all with the spotlight, the songs, guitars, like, which I like because again, I get, yes, Elias is not, the greatest performer, but he does have a character, at least. An entertaining character does get a reaction. So in some ways, yes, I liked how Rollins did kind of put this over. Again, if Elias does not have to win the Intercontinental title on Sunday, then I think this feud with Rollins could at least help him look strong in the loss, kind of like what happened with Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream for Takeover War Games last year. A quizzical look comes on Rollins' face, and he looks over and sees the custom-made guitar. After he mentions everything that Elias has, and he mentions guitars. And of course, Rollins gets the sense like, oh, I think that guitar has seen better days, maybe, because Rollins is about to destroy it. And of course, Elias realizes that too. And Rollins wants to get a closer look at it. He picks it up, and Elias starts freaking out, telling him, stop, 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 don't do this to me. Rollins is admiring it verbally and showing off to the crowd. He'd really hate to see it go to waste, and it'd be great to see it up for a charity auction. Where people saying he wants it, he opens up for bidding. Elias is begging to put it in for a bid, and Rollins says he could do that. He sees it as a gift, and he lays it down in the ring, and he says, I don't want to hurt it. The craftsmanship, it's so nice, which it was. He, tricks Elias and says he'll do a stomp, and he doesn't. Elias starts going crazy, and he rushes to the ring. Rollins backs off and says he doesn't play any instruments, but he does know a little song with 3 words that happens when he taps his foot. And the crowd starts chanting, burn it down. He's telling the crowd to help him out. And then he looks back at Elias, gives him a smirk, and he doesn't. He hits the curb stomp on the guitar. And Elias, of course, is shattered. Rollins starts mocking Elias playing the guitar, and he starts playing it as his song plays, as his music hits. So again, I get this is definitely a little weird, a little bit random again, but it's gonna. I think this feud is at least gonna the match is gonna at least somewhat elevate Elias Lambert again. I've really been surprised how well he's done in main roster. Yeah, he's nothing special inside the ring, that's for sure. But he's got the character. He's got something unique about him. I can kind of see where Triple H was saying, because again, in an interview a couple months I heard with Triple H talking about how he feels there's some talent that were on NXT that just weren't meant for what they do at NXT, but they were more for the main roster. He said Elias was one of them, and I think he was right. So again, I don't know if Elias will win. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him win. That way they could hopefully have Rollins focused on the main event scene, because again, he is the hottest act on Raw right now. But again, if I would think, a good person for him to drop the Intercontinental title to would at least be Elias, I'd say. So I would be opposed to winning at all. But of course, if they're not going to have Rollins and Lesnar at SummerSlam, they just keep the title on Rollins. Because, well, Rollins deserves to be in this hot spot. But they're going to probably have Roman and Brock again at SummerSlam, and they're probably going to try to rip off WrestleMania 31, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, but that still was good for what it was. Check the live chat. Let's see here. Where did we go? I gotta get up here. I think we're right here. Yeah. At least Jeff said he made mistakes with drugs and math. Yeah, at least he was honest about that. Cena will retire in 2020, I believe. It's obvious. So well, now he wants to be a dad. Yeah, the thing with him and Nikki is just weird. And an actor. Is The Rock still under WWE contract? Not sure. She doesn't think he should be. Doesn't really come around at all. Heath Slater deserves better, definitely. Hey, what's up, Tia Couponer? Oh, what did I miss? Some decent stuff. Again, this week's episode was a complete trash. I definitely recommend checking some stuff out. Yeah, Brian's contract is still set to expire in September. He still hasn't signed a new deal. I heard that. I'm not sure what's going to happen. People say hello, Tia Couponer. Good to have you around. Cena says he has gas, a lot of years left. He's complaining about competing at a high level for 15 years. Cena is Matt and Jeff have competed the highest for 25 years. That's 10 years longer than you. That is true. Wrestling review. We're saying hello again. Cena needs to face Joe. Yes. Nakamura. Sure. Balor. Yes. Ambrose. Sure. And Jeff. Yeah. He should go back to feature as a SmackDown competitor for one last run. He needs to win the IC title. Yeah, again, I'd be fine with Cena having an IC title run. I definitely think he definitely deserves it. I don't know why he ever became a free agent. He's never around. That is true. Yeah, the only good Raw teams are Hardy and Wyatt, the Office of Pain, and Zig and Tyre. I like to see Cena versus Joe. Yes, that needs to happen. It probably would have had that WrestleMania if Joe didn't get hurt. Same with Nikki. She always does what Cena does. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. And after seeing Total Bellas after their split, which I still think is fake, they're always going to be shown together. Yeah, it pretty much is. I still think they only did that just for Total Bellas. Did you know Jeff Hardy has never faced John? Yeah, I know he hasn't faced John at all. She doesn't like Matt and Bray as a team. That's fine. We miss Chad Gable. Yeah, I saw he was on Main Event tonight, and he lost to Mojo Rawley. John and Jeff faced off one time in 2008 on an episode of Raw. That's it. If Survivor Series is Raw versus SmackDown, U.S. Champion Jeff Hardy versus IC Champ Seth Rollins. Take my money now. I love it. Was Angle on Raw tonight? He just showed. The only time we saw Angle was in the opening segment. That's the only time we saw him. They faced each other. Poor Lashley, though he's done nothing but turn him into a smiling idiot who really loves his sisters and run obstacle courses. Oh, we will talk about that. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Oh, fucking Pirates. Sorry. Bobby Roode, turn heel, please, or go back to NXT or leave. They ruined him. We'll talk about Bobby Roode in a second, though. But yes, he needs to go heel. Roode is a better heel. Watch him in TNA. Oh, and it's running in NXT also. They did. It was like 20 minutes, wasn't it? I have it, Mike, do a double turn at Money in the Bank. Roode and Owens. Be a bad idea. Yeah, they ruined Bayley, Sasha, Becky, Roode, Nakamura on the main roster. Yes, it is sad. Yes, Roode was born to be a heel. Exactly. Can you imagine Jinder as a face? No. Don't get me started that. Don't like TNA. I've never watched TNA. The camera work is awful. Hey, you cameraman? Looking for a better job here. Cameraman here. Not for TNA. No. Yeah, don't give WWE any ideas, Lauren. TNA is a dumpster fire, bad quality. Jinder could be the face in the feud versus Reigns. Did you hear WWE is showing AJ Styles' career accomplishments in both WWE and TNA on the WWE Network? Why? I thought WWE and TNA were rival companies. I don't get it. Me neither. I heard Elias will get a shot at the Universal title in November or December. Really? Rollins needs to keep the title up until SummerSlam, then defeat Brock. Definitely. They pay TNA to use their footage. Just kidding around. Elias isn't that far yet in his career, to be honest. Do you think, Mike, that Jeff is off of drugs now? I hope he is. Punk says he'll never return to WWE or professional wrestling. It's sad. He's getting his ass kicked. And WWE did see the memes there. Hysterical. I didn't see the memes yet, but yeah, I don't think he's going to be wrestling UFC anymore. I don't think they're going to allow him to. Yeah, I hope Jeff better be off drugs. The Rock is rumored to face Triple H at next year's Mania, and Orton is rumored to be WWE champion next Mania, defended against Batista. Why? Okay. I would at least take Batista versus Triple H because I think there's unfinished business there. But Batista and Orton again, no, not a veteran who's doesn't have as much wrestling experience facing, a part-timer. That no, not Batista versus Orton. Triple H and The Rock, I don't know, maybe he's never really had a one WrestleMania match, but I don't know. I thought Punk was going to be at All In. He said he isn't. What's up, Robbie? Sorry to tune in late, but yeah, Hassan already checked out, but he said he wants some ice cream. But he said if Hassan wants some ice cream today, I have Maurice Alice French Vanilla, Ember Moon, Sheenob Sherbert, AJ Lee, Black Widow, Blackberry, and Liv Morgan Lemon Lime. Yummy. I'll take some, please. What's your favorite flavor? LOL. Please sign Mike. I'll take it. Actually, at TNA, Rue was a good face when he was with James Storm as Beer Money. # please sign Robbie. Rollins versus Lesnar at SummerSlam better than Reigns versus Lesnar. Oh, definitely. WrestleMania next year, title for title, Rollins versus Lesnar. I'd take that at WrestleMania. I think Punk will return WWE at Money in the Bank or Rumble 2019. I'm still not going to count on it. Triple H had a feud with The Rock, and it was good. Yeah, I knew they had a few. They had a great feud like back in the early 2000s, whatnot. But there was so many bigger events like SummerSlam or WrestleMania where they should have had just a one-on-one match against each other, but didn't have other people involved in the match. Why don't you let Triple H versus The Rock or Orton versus Batista? I love it. I mean, Triple H versus The Rock, maybe, but Orton and Batista at WrestleMania, I don't know. I'd rather see them facing somebody else than each other. I feel because they've already had their feuds already. I just don't think they get it's Orton versus Batista is worthy of that. I would rather see them face somebody else. Like I said, Jeff versus Joe at SummerSlam. Wouldn't mind seeing that. That wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Roman versus Lesnar. Yeah, I heard. Unfortunately, Reigns will main event next year's Mania if he's champ. I'm okay with it if he faces Rollins. I'll be okay. Here's the thing. There's one match I'd say involving Roman I would like to see. If Roman main event next year's WrestleMania, do a Shield triple threat. That's what I think should happen if Roman's going to main event WrestleMania again next year. Other than that, I don't know what else they could do to help have Roman main event again. No more Roman and Brock. No more Roman and Brock, especially at WrestleMania. I gave it a chance for the second time this year's WrestleMania. It sucked. I'm done with Roman and Brock. No more. Imagine Lesnar being champion until don't give my ideas, Lauren. No. Oh, I missed Robbie's line. I'd take either Triple H versus Kevin Owens. Not bad. Triple H versus Finn Balor. Those wouldn't be too bad matches for Triple H. Imagine, again, they never faced at Mania though. True, but I don't know. Orton versus Taker, or Cena versus Taker retirement match, maybe. Finn does deserve to be champion. I wouldn't be opposed to him winning Money in the Bank at all. Not at all, definitely. I wouldn't mind Finn winning it all. Shield triple threat was supposed to happen this year, but they canceled. Yeah. Well, probably. Well, I think I don't know if they would do a Shield triple threat this year, but I do know I did think that they were going to do Rollins and Ambrose at WrestleMania, roles reverse. I think that was the plan to do so, but Shield triple threat WrestleMania, I'll definitely take. Let me continue on though with the review though, but keep stuff coming to live chat as always, guys. But speaking of Bobby Roode, backstage we have staring into a mirror, and then Kevin Owens comes up and pretty much tells him the same thing about what he told the Finn Balor earlier about just teaming up with Braun Strowman. And Roode is like we saying. Bobby asks what he wants. Of course, Owens says the same thing. None of them can beat Braun by themselves. They need to stop him. Hence, they should all work together, or Roode can go at it alone and end up like the latter. It's his call. And of course, Owens complains about his robe, and then he leaves. Which, I don't know. I've seen the way Bobby Roode delivered his promos the past 2 weeks, even like the way he was in the match with him and Braun Strowman last week, starts to see a little bit of like an edge to him again, like a little bit of like a heel side again when he's talking. Like he was like last week when he was like telling he called Braun the big boy, come on at big boy or whatnot, come get me big boy, whatever heck he was saying. Started making me think of those NXT days again for him. So I don't know, again, as I said, with Bobby Roode coming over to Raw and all he's done is lost except for 2 matches. We beat Elias one time, then he claimed he felt he was there to be Money in the Bank, which I'm like, you've lost every time except for this time. Why does there be Money in the Bank? And he won his qualifying match. He's had nothing but lose since. But maybe if the losing leads to a heel turn, then, maybe I'll accept the losing a little bit more. But I still agree with said in the live chat. Bobby needs to turn heel. And then, of course, we have Bayley coming out for a match against Ruby Riott. And the Riott Squad's walking backstage with a box of Cheetos, wrecking havoc casually, and then they roll up on R.D. Evans and cut his tie, and they make their way out. Why does every single week they have to have a Riott Squad match? Bayley or the Riott Squad, neither of them are in the Money to Make ladder match. So why do we have this match? Although the ending was a little bit interesting. So Bayley and Ruby have the match. Match was typical, what we get with Bayley and the Riott with any Riott Squad matches. I mean, I keep saying I think Ruby by herself would benefit much better. But of course, with the Riott Squad in her corner, it's just like, man, I just have a bad taste. There was time I think where Bayley tried to run some kind of like a running drop kick or something like that on Ruby outside the ring, but unfortunately she screwed up, and it looked like she botched it big time. And then eventually, though, it looked like she was about to put the hug on Ruby for the Bayley to belly, but then she got the strap on the Riott Squad. As always, how every Riott Squad match ends with distraction, and Ruby hits a Riott kick off Bayley, and they get the win. But afterwards, they hold down Bayley, and they draw on her face and belly button, what seems to be black lipstick. They put like a big R on her stomach. So I don't know. Like seeing that kind of made me think back to Sami Zayn right before. I don't know why, but I had like the same vibes I had. Well, I still think, when Sami Zayn turned heel last year at Hell in a Cell, I did think they would go through with it. But I started thinking, what if they do turn Sami at Hell in a Cell? But with them going as far as looking like they put the nail on the coffin on Bayley, having her lose again and having her get marked up with this lipstick, I thought, if you notice also, somebody even said something on Twitter about that, Bayley was there for Sasha when last week, even though of course the match was strange because how would Bayley allowed to be in the match? It shows he was supposed to be in. But then we had but Sasha didn't come out to help Bayley this week. So now I'm starting to wonder if they're good. I mean, again, I still prefer to be Sasha turning heel. But what if Bayley turned heel and cost Sasha on Sunday Money in the Bank? I think the original plan was for Bayley to turn heel, though. I think it was Bayley because I did hear the rumor that there was supposed to be a match. I think it was that one house show at Madison Square Garden with John Cena and Nikki Bella taking on a team of Elias and Bayley. There was rumors of that. So maybe the plan is still Bayley. Maybe Bayley will be the one to turn heel. Maybe this was like, the nail in the coffin on the Bayley babyface run. Just my opinion. I know I'm thinking a little too far out of the box here, maybe, but might be what they're going for. But again, the Riott Squad had yet another match on Raw. I just don't understand why, but that ending was interested me just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see here. Let me see here. We Cena versus Taker, yes. If Taker retires, he should be in the main event. Definitely agree, because if I'm there, I'll cry. I won't lie. I'm sure we all will cry. I'm still looking forward to Rollins versus Ambrose or Ambrose versus Reigns. Definitely would love to see both those feuds happen again. Ember Moon sold that slap from Alexa amazing. That was pretty awesome. I don't like the idea of Braun kicking out of 3 finishers like that. That's worse than Roman. So you think it was a mistake moving Rude to Raw? Kind of does. I don't know. We've done better on SmackDown. Well, maybe with a better person in charge of writing him. Lashley should the SmackDown feud with the greats. He could. Can you imagine Rude versus Styles? I'd love to see that. Since Rude is losing, do you think he wins Money in the Bank? I'm not going to bank on that happening. Lashley will beat Zayn quick at Money in the Bank. I kind of hope that's not the case. I don't want to see Sami get squashed. It's filler to take time. Riott Squad and Bayley. That's why pretty much. Money in the Bank is going to be one of the worst pay-per-views ever this year. Sorry, just not hyped for it. Don't blame you. Wrestling Reviewer agrees. I think Ruby is talented, but I just don't like her in the Riot Squad. I completely agree with that. That's the case. Miz is winning Money in the Bank, but I think it should be Balor and Becky. Wouldn't be a bad combo to win at all. Bayley needs to turn, attack Sasha, or do something. I think that's what's going to happen on Sunday now. Of course, we all hate the Riot Squad. Bayley's gimmick is too childish, grown. I mean, it worked at NXT, but the problem is Bayley just is booked to look weak. Like she wouldn't get Extreme last year with the kendo stick. Like that's what killed her, and also the fact that she had Sasha help her win the women's championship last year, but thought it was okay the way she did it. Which I think that's going to hurt. Again, if she was, she could have like that, gimmick of her being a fan who became a wrestler gimmick on her, but she's got to be able to show a serious side too, and that's why I think her character on the main roster. Bayley should go back to NXT. Probably, yeah, she'd be booked better there. Becky can win Money in the Bank and turn heel. That's what I'm leaning towards. Yes, F off WWE. Bayley was rumored to go back to NXT, but never happened. I think Bayley is showing signs. I love heel Becky at NXT. Bayley is like a little baby. Can't stand her. Bayley needs to turn heel more. Yeah, Sasha more than Sasha does. I still think. I think if you do give Bayley the right direction with this babyface character, she still has mileage with it. I still think like Sasha Banks, I think it's just like Dean Ambrose. Both their babyface runs are just like have been dead ends. I think I would still rather be Sasha, but again, I am open to it being Bayley though. I'm definitely fine with that. I think Bayley will be a good heel. WWE ruined her. She was amazing at NXT. Dakota, a heel turn is a refresher for Bayley, could help her career in the long run. Do you think Carmella is losing at Money in the Bank? If James Ellsworth shows up, then no. I don't think she will lose at Money in the Bank. Where's Mickie James? Hasn't seen her for a few weeks. I have Lashley beat Reigns at Extreme Rules, the number one contenders match for Lesnar, and have Lashley destroy Lesnar to embarrass him so that he does way out, so Lashley looks strong. Could be a good idea, not bad. Mickie could be getting a big push soon. I definitely hope that's the case. I wish Mickie was in Money in the Bank. I think she should have been also. Don't forget Bayley got booed on Raw. Yeah, the segment where she was, announcing about her shoulder injury, which was the person saying SummerSlam last year. She got booed. Booed! Mickie is definitely underrated. Imagine Becky aligned with the Iconics and feuding with Charlotte, Asuka, and Naomi. Ooh! I like that. I do like that. That it's fresh. Yes, it's another 6-woman tag match, but I think it could work. I definitely think that could work. I do like that, Lauren. You're a genius, Lauren. That's why we like you. I miss Peyton Royce too. Becky was a great heel. I see the run she did get as a heel. I mean, I've seen highlights of it, but she definitely seemed like she was good. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen. But yeah, it definitely is interesting. But yeah, thank you for stuff in the live chat. Then we have Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax face to face. Coach Ben gets to the ring, introduces Ronda. And then we also get like an advertisement announcing she's going to the UFC Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Ronda. Well deserved. Then Nia comes out and Coach asks Nia about their rivalry, how it's gone from friendly to angry. She says she's not surprised. They're both very competitive and things have gotten tense, which I'm like, okay, simple to the point. But of course, Nia again just kind of goes meh on the mic again. I mean, I like what Ronda said though, but Nia, meh. She admits she purposely pressed Ronda's buttons to see how she'd react, and she then puts her over at length for pointing out she's new to WWE. She made success in MMA with very different rules like legal headbutts and strikes to the spine, hair pulling, 1-2-6 elbows, and so on. They hurt, injure, and throw people off their game plan. Come Sunday, she'll show Ronda exactly what she's talking about. Ronda says she doesn't plan, she improvises, and she'll improvise Nia's arm off. She says she's confident, but she's earned that right. Nia says she'll give her that. Her one match was impressive, but it was a tag match against a businesswoman who competes part-time, and no offense, but Nia has been here for years, grinding, and she's the Raw Women's Champion. You want to take her arm? She'll take her reputation. When Nia's done with her, they'll call her the baddest woman on the planet. She knows she's gonna win. And that's why she made the challenge in the first place. And at the end of the day, Ronda just isn't ready. Which, for a championship match, yeah, I still say Ronda's not ready. But then again, no offense. Yes, I know her only match was in a mixed tag match, and she fought Stephanie McMahon. But at the same time, I think what really helped put her over also is the fact that she literally did beat the shit out of Triple H also. So there is something to take from that. Also, the thing is also, I didn't like about Nia's promo, again, as I keep saying, Nia has not been booked the best in her main roster run. I feel that if it was like someone like, Charlotte, or maybe like, Asuka, or another woman who has a more credible resume, I feel, than Nia Jax, that promo will work. But it still just kind of feels like, okay, the stuff with Nia and Alexa worked to an extent. But I just feel like, she's just got the title thrown on her. It doesn't feel like she's anything that different, other than that she's trying to portray a babyface character. Sometimes she comes across as a heel, and with her sound like she's a complete hypocrite, but a bully at times. But what Ronda said I liked. Ronda says that everyone told her she wasn't ready to make the Olympic team. But she did. Everybody said she wasn't ready to challenge for the Strikeforce belt. But she won. Same for headlining her own card and being UFC champion. And now she's going to the Hall of Fame. She's Ronda Rousey, and she was born ready. She's off her jacket. Her and Nia go face to face. And then Nia tries to throw a forearm. And of course, Ronda blocks. She manages to escape that and headbutts Ronda and drags her around. But then Ronda rolls her into the armbar, but Nia left her hands clasped together, and then Nia gets on her feet, but Ronda pulls her back down and breaks her grip. She puts the armbar on Nia while hanging on to her, and Nia tapped out. And then, weird enough, we heard a bell ring. And had a little stare down there, leave and whatnot. So Nia tapped out, showing that, yes, Ronda could deal with Nia Jax. Because I keep saying, it's just, yes, if she was built more dominantly, I'd say, okay, not a bad opponent. I just still think that the dynamic with, Ronda taking on a champion that's not that well established is still not the way to go. Especially, for a first one-on-one pay-per-view, televised match, since WrestleMania was just pay-per-view, not televised, or whatever the heck it's called. One-on-one match. Well, she was in a mixed tag match at WrestleMania, of course, even though she did most of the work in the match. But I'm worried now maybe Ronda's not going to win on Sunday. I mean, I personally think, well, then again, if she's not going to be around for a long term, then maybe she'll throw a tail on her and she'll reign with it, and then when she's done, maybe that's when she'll leave. I get it. I don't know if the rumors are true about her only lasting about a year and her not being happy about it. Haven't read the details on that completely yet, but I just wonder now. I think because Stephanie McMahon has mentioned before that Ronda doesn't deal well with losing. I do kind of wonder, maybe, what if that's the case? What if Ronda does lose, and we kind of explore that part of her character a little bit more, like develop like some more of a story, pretty much, for how does she overcome failure? I mean, she proved that she could do this type of art. I felt at WrestleMania she did prove it, but I just still don't know if putting a title on her right now is the best idea. But I will give it to her that she definitely did cut a good promo. Nia, man, or as Alexa would say, huh? I thought that part was good at least. But we'll see what happens Sunday. Don't have this main event the show. Do not have a main event. Please, WWE. Doesn't need to be. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match or the Last Man Standing match should main event the show. That was that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. The New Day put on a good six-man tag matches. They definitely did recently. Congrats on 100 subs. Thank you, Wrestling Reviewer. 100 to go. New Day needs to split up. I think they're definitely teasing it. I think it could happen at Money in the Bank. I think that could definitely happen. So I check my phone. Where are the Usos? No idea. And the fact that they've been using mixed tag matches with Rusev Day. It's odd that Nia was a face at Mania, but now a heel. Yeah, again, I don't even know what she is right now. Jeff versus Styles for both WWE titles in a last man standing match. Lauren, you're nailing it tonight. And one of the Usos was with Naomi last Tuesday, and they won that. Nia is officially a heel yet. I think she's just getting under Ronda's skin. Think so. Ronda doesn't win Money in the Bank because doesn't want that. Actually, Ronda attacked Nia, so that would make Ronda the heel, possibly. I don't think Ronda will ever wrestle on the main roster, only on pay-per-views. Yeah, exactly, again. And yeah, Nia does have potential, but I think throwing her the belt, I think she still had a little bit more seasoning out there before throwing the belt on her like they did. But I don't think she's shown some impressive, but yeah. I think Ronda will win Money in the Bank. Do you think Nia will lose? I do, sadly. Do you think Ronda will face Charlotte next year's WrestleMania? I wouldn't mind seeing them trying it. Ronda and Charlotte next year's WrestleMania. Ronda is the Brock Lesnar of the women's division. I think Styles' title is more prestige than the Universal title. Oh, definitely, yes. I hope Nia doesn't lose the title in a squash match. I hope she doesn't either. Ronda is 31 years old. She's still young. Nia deserves better. No longer is Ronda is leaving soon. Ronda would make an amazing heel. I feel like she would definitely make a good heel, not smiling a lot. I mean, she's supposed to be training some badass woman. So maybe they will go with her being the heel or whatnot. Maybe, I don't know. As if, Natalya wins the briefcase and she has to cash in and, Ronda causes her not to win the cash out. Or what if, Natty tries to cash in. What would be stupid for Natty to try to cash in and make it a triple threat match, not rather than just wait for a winner, I don't know. It would just be weird. What's the point again of even signing Ronda? They should have signed her after WrestleMania 31. Definitely agree. Well, she had more business to do in UFC. She better not main event Mania or second Mania. There are other guys that deserve it. Do you think Triple H will ever be a face again? If Triple H is going to be a baby face, I think he needs bring what he does, in a corporate way of the way he wants to build stars, as the creator. I think if he could bring that somehow, again, feeding off of Robbie's idea of a match between Triple H and Cedric Alexander being a face on face thing. If Triple H wants to be a babyface creator, character on TV, I think that would work for him as a babyface. But if not, I'm not sure what other route they would go with Triple H as a face, though, as a corporate character. But besides that, where's Brian Kendrick on 205 Live? I thought they would build up both Asuka and Ronda for next year's Mania. I thought it was going to be Asuka and Ronda till Asuka lost at WrestleMania. I heard Neville will never return to WWE again as well. I think that's pretty much true as well. I do. He's a better face. I think Kendrick is hurt. Kendrick's not hurt. Stephanie wasn't lying about Ronda. Yes, Ronda hates losing. Again, like I said, what if Ronda would lose that championship match? Because she even said she's not ready for a championship match, and they explore that path of her dealing with the loss. 205 Live, Brian Kendrick. I think Styles Nakamura for my bold prediction put on a 5-star classic match. I hope they do. They definitely have the potential to do so. I'd rather have Ronda and Nia main event than Jinder and Rome, but should be one of the Money in the Banks matches, definitely, or the championship match. I could see New Day having all members in and Xavier and Kofi accidentally cost Big E and retaliates. That, I think, would be the best way for to split New Day. Yeah, because we were winning 5-0 and we lost 9-5. Lauren, it's frustrating when you're a Pirates fan because they do that, but disappoint you. After the match, beat down on Kofi and Xavier. Imagine Finn winning and cash in on Lesnar. That would be awesome. Hope that happens. If Finn wins the title, he will cash in on a healthy Lesnar. Wait. Let me see here. Big E should be the heel in the New Day. I think that should be the case. Cashing on Roman after he beats Lesnar. I still did think Natty and Ronda's friendship weird. Yeah, it's still weird. If Batista returns, do you think he'll wrestle pay-per-views? I thought I did hear if he did return, he would go back to a full-time schedule, I think I heard. be a part-time heel or face. I think he would be. I think Batista. I mean, yes, I do. Going back and seeing like WrestleManias and SummerSlam and other highlights and stuff, I definitely think he did have a great run as a baby face. But I think at this point is I take him as a baby face if you feud with Triple H. I mean, maybe you can switch to have Triple H to face and the heel because Triple H promised him a match, even though people didn't want to. Well, people didn't want to see it though. Like if they do Triple H and Batista, I'd say either well, because the thing is like Triple Batista can claim he never got the match Triple H promised him, the one-on-one title match when he came back in 2014. But Triple H should also be the face in defense, saying no one really wanted to see it after all. Now, did they, Dave, or whatnot? But I feel like Batista should be the face because I remember him saying that if he would return, it would be more so just for his retirement angle or something like that. So maybe Batista would be the baby face, maybe, not sure. The Alicia Fox leads WWE. I'm not sure actually. Where has Cedric Alexander been? 205 Live. Hey Mike, do you agree that Cedric will hold the title for a while? He's the best. And Batista said if he even comes back, he wants to be full time, including house shows. Yeah, I heard that. I think it will give him at least till SummerSlam for a title for Cedric. Batista will come back. He is a better baby face because his 05-08 run as a face was amazing. I'm still waiting on Ray's contract, WWE. Yeah, TikTok. Still haven't heard rumors about that. Alexander is the best thing in the cruiserweight division right now. Yes, because Triple H is writing the show. And again, 205 Live is not amazing. I mean, they've had some good matches, such as Alexander and Murphy recently for the championship. That was a great match. But I still think it needs something else to get back on like a constant A-level show. Ray signed with New Japan. Batista said he prefers always being a heel, but if he returns, he'll get no reaction, which is sad because he's amazing. Yeah, definitely. I still feel bad. He got a really bad rep for his last run. Oh boy, it's almost like quarter after one. I better keep going here. They keep stuff coming to live chat, guys. But I was getting distracted easily. We then had Kurt Hawkins take on No Way Jose. I guess they're starting to build up some sympathy for Kurt Hawkins since he has 200 losses now, and I guess he tried being undercover in as one of No Way Jose's cronies, and he tried to attack No Way Jose, but Jose recovers him and hits him with a pop-up forearm strike. Gets the win. So Kurt Hawkins is 0-2-1. We have Balor and Rude. Balor and Rude run into each other, asking what they're going to do about what happens. What Owen said, pretty much, blah blah blah. That we already heard about that today, and then of course we get this. So Renee Young is out there. There's an obstacle course set up. As soon as I saw them bringing stuff out, I'm like, Sammy and Bobby. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So Sammy comes out. He says last week all he did was ask a simple question: if Bobby Lashley was ever in the army, and he got bombarded with people sending him pictures and records. But he can't verify any of those claims. The only way Lashley can prove it is true by doing this obstacle course fashion. He can. He walks us through the course. He starts saying about how Bobby will fail because he's 265 pounds and Sammy's a healthy 213 of cat-like agility. Meow, as it says here in the cage side seats. Three sisters jump in the wall, monkey bars, blah, blah, blah. Ah, man. If by some miracle Bobby would make it to the grand finale, he's going to dread climbing the rope, blah, 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 all that. It just, again, it's Sammy, again, cutting promos that sound like something Jinder Mahal would say, and it just makes me sick to my stomach. And what's even worse, Bobby comes out, and again, he's smiling. Smiling! Bobby Lashley has come out every week, no matter how much Sami Zayn has insulted him, and he's smiling. I mean, if you want to say he's smiling because he thinks what Sammy's saying is funny and ridiculous, then imply that. But he's just smiling, if he was angry when Sammy, called him a liar for being in the military, then why did he come out here and just beat the living crap out of Sammy? Like, why didn't he tell Sammy, no, you go first in this obstacle course. I'm not falling for your tricks and whatnot. Comes out, I guess Bobby won a coin toss, even though Sammy's like saying, like, stay as far away from me as possible. You keep injuring me after what happens. Well, no offense. Why would Sami Zayn, if Sami Zayn is claiming that Bobby Lashley hurts him every time they wrestle, how he's apparently dangerous, he got vertigo, he hurt his hand, then why does Sami even accept this challenge in the first place? Why not have Bobby push Sami over the edge to make him accept the challenge? Bobby does the obstacle course. I mean, I'll give him credit. The obstacle course, when he did it, he looked good and agile. Like, obviously, he has the athletic ability, just no character at all. But then, of course, after he climbs the rope and completes the obstacle course in like 40, 45 seconds, Sami attacks him and lays him out. This feud, like, no offense, I gotta say the way this feud's been built. Well, here's the thing. I do think, which the code thinks could be a squash match, I hope it's not a squash match. I don't want to see Sami Zayn get squashed because he deserves much better than being squashed. But honestly, Bobby Lashley in this feud has been nothing but another Bayley to me, in my opinion. How many times has Sami Zayn tried to tick off Bobby Lashley? And the times that Bobby has shown he was mad, he did nothing about it. I mean, with the exception, he squeezed Sammy's hand and said something like, I'm going to apologize for what I'm going to do to you at Money in the Bank. Well, you, again, have let this guy just bully you. Try to, get in your head, which, again, even though most of this stuff is like, haha, is that all you got, brother? Or what not, pretty much. But he's let Sami just walk all over him. Why should we take Bobby Lashley seriously if he has not yet tried to be? Here's the thing. I was trying to think how to explain this. Like, how do I explain this? It's kind of on the same line as why I said, Stephanie McMahon's character, I feel, if she's not going to get her comeuppance, should not be on Raw every single week. Because she's just going to constantly just, make superstars like who can't give her comeuppance look weak, like Bayley or Sasha or how many other superstars she like verbally abused pretty much, and they never got their revenge on her. That's what Sami Zayn's done to Bobby Lashley. Like, Bobby Lashley is a big dude that obviously I would not want to see in a dark alley, and I agree he could be a one to defeat Brock Lesnar. But if you're not going to lay out Sami Zayn for all he has done to you, you're not taking it seriously. And that's what this segment showed. Like, Bobby came out there smiling again without just getting pissed off at Sami going to just, attack him for accusing him of lying, of being in the army, something that means, like, close and dear to him. The segment wasn't the worst out of all of them, but I hope this feud does not continue. I mean, I hope the match goes good, as I feel it can happen, but I don't know. I really do not know. Bobby Lashley won the course, and Sami didn't do it. And then we had a main event. I'll talk about the main event first before I get to the live chat. The main event was a fatal four-way between Bobby Roode, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens. For most of the match, it seemed like they were following along with Kevin Owens' plan, and it seemed to be working because towards the end of the match. They did get a beat. They did triple team on Strowman. They got him by the announce table. They set up a ladder, and Owens did a sick-looking frog splash onto Strowman, and it seemed like their plan worked. They took him out. Of course, they awkwardly went to commercial, and before the commercial, Bobby Roode and Finn Balor were holding onto the ladder for Kevin Owens. And yes, Strowman was taken out by Owens. Owens was like, a little bit wounded from the impact of, the frog splash. But after commercial, all of a sudden, Bobby Roode and Finn Balor are fighting again. Like, we missed something there. Like, what led them to that? And Owens comes back and just starts, fighting with them. No rhyme or reason, But the match was still fun. Like, it was a fun match. Strowman got back. He raised. And even though he was wounded, he sold out the fact that he pretty much was wounded by, and it made what Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and Bobby Roode were trying to accomplish look successful. However, he still won the match in the end. But of course, he trusts his usual thing, being like an 18-wheeler, like running around, like running at people, even though he fell over. My favorite spot was when Owens was trying to run from Strowman and he tripped. and he just looks like an idiot when he tripped over. And then Strowman just picked him up and just dragged him back. And but then he runs through everyone like he's an 18-wheeler through Balor and Rude, and then with Owens. Owens always sells those so well. Then there was a nice sequence there where everybody pretty much had their finisher on Strowman, and Balor had his coup de grace, which, again, I give credit. Anytime within the past 2 weeks I've seen Braun Strowman and Finn Balor fight, I think Braun Strowman has really made Finn Balor look good. Bobby Roode tried a glorious DDT on him, but Owens pulled him out of that. I think Rude pulled Balor out of the pin when he hit the coup de grace on Strowman. Then Owens hit a frog splash on Strowman as well. I'm like, maybe someone will win it. I really thought someone was going to pin Braun Strowman. Didn't work. Owens then resorts to a plan B, grabbing a ladder, trying to attack Strowman with it, but didn't work. Strowman hits a power slam on Owens on top of the ladder, and Strowman wins the match. It was a fun main event, though. Definitely, I thought, all four came out looking good. Even Bobby Roode, although not the strongest out of Balor and Owens. But Braun won. I mean, Braun's obviously not winning Money in the Bank. I don't see Braun Strowman winning Money in the Bank on Sunday. I just think he'd be too obvious. I'm hoping Robbie's idea of Cassius Ohno's main roster debut, and the idea that he pitched, maybe that will happen, but not going to bank on it. But Braun Strowman wins, and that's how we went off the air. Let me check the live chat here real quick. Here, catch up. Let me see here. Not too much to catch up with. He needs characters. Maybe that will help 205 Live, possibly. Lauren says, hey, sorry, but I'm exhausted. Got to work at 12:30 p.m. Got to get a good night rest. I'll see you for SmackDown tonight. Tomorrow, good night. Great view as always. Thank you, Lauren. Thanks for joining me as always. Have a good night. Also, Mysterio didn't sign. He just returned for a show. I hope he returns to manage Andrade, Kalisto, Sin Cara, and Lindsay Dorado and Great Metalik. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Bobby Lashley is a freak accident. I can see Sammy rolling up Lashley. Maybe put Apollo Crews with Lashley since they're both pretty much the same guy. I'm not trying to sound racist, but not gonna go that path because I'm not racist. I have nothing against people. But anyways, without making anything weird, but they're definitely very similar. Great wrestlers, no character. And they smile a lot, definitely. Lashley is only doing what he is told. Exactly. He's just getting back booking. Where is the walking Armageddon and the man we know from 08, that Bobby Lashley? Yeah, they need to be drug tested, the creative bookers and writers. I agree with you. They truly do. I can see Styles coming Corey Nakamura with the match with Jeff and Styles. Look at Nakamura, who is mad, and they are laughing as SmackDown goes off the air. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But it seems like most of us are about to check out anyways, and I've been on here for a long time, so I'm kind of tired. I'm probably going to go to bed here after I get off, but upload my other export. But yeah, thank you, everybody. We had a lot of people in the live chat tonight. Sorry to that one girl didn't want to take my shirt off. It's not going to happen. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining me in the live chat as always. Let's go to the polls on Twitter for grade, which gives a week's episode of Raw. 9 votes, 11% said A, 56% said B, 33% said C. Nobody said D or lower. I'm gonna go with a C plus still. I mean, I was close to giving this review a B minus, or this episode a B minus. Didn't quite hit that though. So I'll give it a C plus, a really, really strong C plus for this week's episode of Raw. So what grade would you guys give this week's episode of Raw? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, be sure to always click by like and subscribe more content coming to this channel. Follow me on Twitter, DemandRobot93. I'm going to try to finish my Let's Play Patches a whole and two this week. I have 429 exporting. I'm going to do 430, but I talked a lot longer than I thought. So I'm probably going to go straight to bed. I'll do 430 tomorrow, maybe wrap up it up tomorrow. I'll also do my topic videos on Corey Graves' comments on CM Punk and my rant on Brock Lesnar and CM Punk, on Brock Lesnar's title reign surpassing CM Punk's. SmackDown review tomorrow. NXT Wednesday. Top 10 topics this week also, since it's my preview video for pay-per-view. Top 10 special Thursday. Probably something to do with something with Money in the Bank. Not sure what it is. And I think that should be. Oh, and of course, reviews for NXT or Chicago 2 and Money in the Bank this weekend. I will do live reactions since I'm going to be watching the show alone on Saturday. I'll be doing live reactions of the Gargano and Ciampa street fight and Velveteen Dream and Ricochet. I'm going to do live reactions for both those matches. So yeah. Oh, and also speaking of which, my Johnny Wrestling shirt will be arriving tomorrow, even though it's supposed to arrive today, but FedEx somehow, I don't know, predicted wrong. So, you know what happens, FedEx, when you get the date wrong whenever I'm going to receive my merchandise? You know what happens when you make me wait an extra day? FedEx, you just made the list. All right. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in live. Yeah, Johnny liked my tweet also. But yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in live. I'm out. I'm tired. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for SmackDown Live. And yep, with that, I'll catch all you guys later. Till then, guys, have a great night. Peace out, everybody.